All right, good afternoon. Happy Super Bowl to you. In case you're new, I'm Rob. Streaming during the week, a little bit during the weekend, although things have changed. We finished up the Monitaur, the application, which is a ASP.NET 3.1 website. It's got an Angular CLI for the front end. We're using SignalR for some of the data transfer layer as well as WebAPI. We have a couple of plugins which are ready to go up on NuGet. To do that, we need to get our art up and going. So the NuGet plugins we have a library, we have a WebAPI client, we have a TCP client, and we have a WebSocket client. And those are just meant to represent the .NET implementations of something that you can use on any platform. And it's a simple OAuth system that you can reset, but it's only designed for server-to-server communication. What we need to do is we need to design our art, our logo art for this, and then also the art for the project and our hero art. So we're going to be using Adobe Illustrator today. And I have a couple of images which we're going to bring in here to get started, and then we'll come up with some derivation of them. So let me bring them in. All right. The first one we have is this one. Okay, and I'll move it up here, and we don't need to necessarily bring it in at this moment. We wouldn't be bringing in all of it. We would simply be having some kind of a projection of some of it like this. Something like that. And we have one other one which we're looking at, which is this one over here. And we'll enlarge the size of this to be about the same. And this one, I think we would have something similar to. And again, this is for an icon and some logo art, so I don't want to get too crazy with it, but I don't want to rip it off at the same time. So I think it would just need to be something like that. So something like that. Hey there, Hobbs. Have any tips for applying for development jobs with little experience? Anything to help stand out? If you're looking for entry level, just be willing to work and then be able to be versatile is what I say. Depending on where it is that you're applying, I mean, most people would say, pick something that's front end, right? But I don't necessarily that's correct. I think you should find something that helps you grow the most. Let's go ahead and move this. And we're going to create some groups here of this one. And then also these two. So which ones do you guys want to see me make? This first one or this second one? Let's move group 2 up a little bit. And let's move group 1 up in place. I kind of like this one, to be honest. Let's do this one. This one up here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to select this group, and I'm going to copy it, in here. And then what I want to do is enlarge the section that I'm going to be working on. And we can move over our artboard. I think this one works better for what the application is. Okay, let me look at that artboard one more time. We'll just add a little bit more here onto the bottom. And now we're ready to get going on this. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is kill the opacity on this thing down to be like 30%. Okay, and what we're going to use here is, well, we could use the pen, and we'll just start here. Just kind of work our way around the nose. I'm going to go to the bottom side here. And we'll get rid of a bunch of these points later, but these are just guides for now. Like that. Okay, so we have a few more shapes to make in here, right? So we have to give him this nostril. Let me go ahead and go back up here to this. We want to select this layer and go ahead and continue with it. Okay, let's go ahead and add some fill to this one. Okay, and then I already know in advance that one of the things I'm going to want to do is bring in these edges. Okay, let's move this point up to be there, okay? We can increase the opacity on this image just a little bit here. That's fine. Okay, here we go. We'll start here in the middle. We'll go up just a little bit, out to the side just a little bit down. Now it looks like I have this second layer here, so we'll come back to it and go up and join here. Okay, and on the other side, I kind of want to join to about here and then bring it out. Okay, and then we'll move this point over. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take this shape, we're going to give it some stroke. This one's at 3, this one's at 3. Okay, we're going to need to bring in this middle section here. Let's do that. Not into how that came out there. Okay, and then we can, yeah, that looks fine like that. We can probably go ahead and remove this point as well. And then bring this one down and then this one down a little bit. And then we can add some fill here to this and make this white. What are you drawing? Says Keith. An opossum. Oh, I love Let's Encrypt. I got an email set up too, so many things. Oh yeah, man, I love Let's Encrypt. And then also AWS Easy Mail service for the win, man. Wait, remind me, how'd you make that? How do you make what? Yeah, what do you mean? How did I make what? Okay, so for this bit, we're going to go ahead and smooth this one out just a little bit. And then this one too. And then same here. Okay, and then we'll add another little bit here for the shading. So here. So I want this to go up here like this to be there. Okay, and then we want to select this point. And we can just go ahead and give this a different fill, which we can do like this darker red. Which will go well with the rest of this little bit. And a slightly pinker bit. Yeah, I don't like that color, so we'll go ahead and look at what color this is. And then we'll change this color to be similar. Oh, come on. I'm not sure if I'm digging how this shading came out here, but we can go ahead and just give it some stroke for now so we can think about it. Yeah, I'm not into that. But this bit, we don't have the nostril done at the moment, I don't think. But we can do this at a slightly darker red than the one above. And we want to make it a little more grayed out. I wish this color picker was better. And let's smooth this one out here. like that. Okay, so let's start working on the rest of the face here. We'll come back to those little areas. Let me check this. All right, so let's go ahead and make the face now. So we'll take the pen. Let's see, we're gonna start here. We'll go down. Cut it here, like that. Come on up here to this area. And this should intersect with the other area, so we can now kill or fill. Because I'm only doing the coloring of this snout area, so we can just go right across the back now. Like that. And there's two sections in this one, right? So we need to include this other bit, which is this coloring. Okay, so let's add in a coloring of this here. Something like that. And then we can fill in this little bit behind here with white. Oh, it doesn't know what I'm talking about there. Let's do this bit here as white. And now we have a little bit of cleanup to do. Or I'll just join some points together here. And then up here as well. We have one more set down here to fix. That one's fine. We just want to change this point here. And add in another point here. And then drag it down. Boom. Okay. So if I was to look at this again, let's do some grouping. So we're going to move this layer, and this layer, and we're going to group these. And then we're going to group, oh, we wanted to group the nose with that. Okay. And then we have this area and this area. And we're going to group these together. And then we can put the nose on top. And we'll pick better colors for this in a minute. What do you mean? Let's go ahead and increase the stroke on all of this to be like 5. And then we want to move this point so we can do that right here. And then we can bring it in. It was better like that. Okay. Moving along. We need to do more on the head here. So let's grab this layer. And we'll start here from this area. This one's just going to be a line. Okay, and then we'll make that fill nothing and the stroke 5. And I wonder if I can soften these with anything easily. Doesn't look like it, but I can soften that one. And then we can move this down to make sure it intersects at our line. Okay, our next pen motion is going to be from here. And we're going to follow this curve of the darkness here underneath his chin. Up. Here. And then down, we'll trace it again. And then around here to finish up the shadows. So like that. That's pretty close. Just clean that up just a little bit. Okay, let's add the stroke. And then we'll add the darkness here. Okay. That's right. We need to have a new piece of darkness here for his mouth. Okay, let's get rid of this fill. And just work our way up here. Like that. Okay, we'll add some fill to that one as well. Okay, we still need to add the ring. So let's do that next. We need to start here, just work our way down, and then we're going to trace the ring. Okay, and so for this one, we want to change the gradient here to be something like this, where then I can change the colors to be from oh God, I don't remember how to do this. Oh, I think I select it here. Yeah, this is right. So we move it here. We want to make this thing like a, where's my palettes? That's fine. And then we want to make this side the other way of that. And then in the middle, we want to make it a white. And we want the opacity here to be 100%. 100%. Oops. Let's put it right at 50%. And then here we want this to be at 100% again. So this is a different color here, so let's fix that. Okay. Palettes are floating to the left. We're going to make a new folder in here called the Monitaur. So now, so far, we've got something like this, which is coming together. Oh, wait, we also have the chin done, right? And this one needs to have an end, which is rounded, or it looks wonky. So let's finish up his face here, okay? So we have a couple more lines here. Just right here in the middle. Okay, and then another one over here for this side of his nose. Like that. And we want to move this point here like that. And then we can add our fill here. Okay, we need to do probably the hair and the outside of him. So let's do this. What is this? This is hair, hair. This is probably what, his ear? Yeah, this is the other side of his ear. So let's do that. Okay, and we'll change the fill to be, well, we'll figure out our colors in a little bit, so we'll just do something like this one. And then we need to do the lower part of his ear. Like that. And we want to change this to be the lighter color, and we'll fix this again in a second. And we want to draw this point in a little bit. And the same thing here with this one. Right there. Okay. We'll figure out the rest of the colors here in just a minute. The next is this little bit here. So let's bring in our pen. Trace this. Like that. And we'll make this the darker one with 5-stroke. Okay, we want to get these two lines here for his forehead. And that's one of them. Okay, and we'll add in our stroke and our fill. And we don't need any stroke on this one. Okay, let's do this eye. We'll start with that. And then round it. Trace around here to get this shadowing. And then we'll bring it up here. So like that. And that's a different color. We want to have it like a darker brown. So he's coming out. Let's do that other darker section down here in his neck. And we'll also do some grouping here in a minute. So what we want to do right now is this area. And then we'll go over here. Okay, let's go ahead and add our fill. Okay, that's the same color. And we'll add our stroke to that. Okay, I see we have to add this other section here for shading. So let's do that. And we can say that it starts right here. And we can just bring it up. Let me get rid of this fill for a second. How do you want this to go? Because it's this one, but not this darker one. So let's go back up then. And then just up and over there like that. Getting there. Okay, let's do the eye. Okay, next one is this blue. Okay, and then we can get rid of that one. And then on here, we just have a few more. Okay, let's go ahead and get this smoothed. And then we have another one of these here. Give it a stroke. Okay, let's construct this now. Let's go move this point here. It's a little wonky right here. Same thing with down here. I actually kind of like it with it a little bit thicker like that, but we need to smooth this one out. And then this one here. He's starting to come out. One thing I don't like is this. That's better. And then the same thing down here. And let's move this one out here just a little bit. Like that. Okay, it's starting to get there. Let's add this bit here.
You mind if I play something for you? No, not at all.
So to do this, we're going to start here. We're just going to follow this curve. Actually, I think we can just go completely behind it. I think we can just do that. And the color I want for that is this one. So something like that. So we're going to get rid of this one. This one looks wonky. And then this one, we can extend this. Like that. Like that. So what's going on up here? The more I use Angular, the more I can't stop using Angular. That's called addiction. So we need the hair. There's no way of getting around it anymore. So let's start it. Okay, let me go ahead and get rid of the fill. Okay, we'll go ahead and add the fill to that now. Okay, we need to get this whole lock now. Like that. Let's add our fill and our stroke. We want to make this one a little bit more like that. Okay, we also need to have this lock up here. Okay, and we'll add our stroke and then our fill. And we have another one which goes from here all the way down. Okay. Okay. So now we can either do the horn or let's just keep going on the hair, shall we? Save some time on that, or we could do it all the individual pieces. Okay. Just take a quick look at how far we've gotten. It's coming out. Doesn't look too bad so far. The number one thing I see is this. I don't like this so much, actually. Maybe I just want this as a path. Okay, that looks better. Okay, let's keep going on this. Okay, so we will, let's go ahead and group all these hair pieces. And all these eye pieces. And then these pieces here. So this side's not done yet. group these two things together. I don't see where this one. Yeah, there we go. So let's keep going on the hair now. So we need to have these pieces. Like that. And my stroke and my fill. Next piece. Like that. And then we'll move this point back in a little bit and up. Like that. And then we can bring this one in just a little bit. Okay, next curl. That's almost right. Let me get rid of this point here. this one here, and then move this down here. Okay, now we can go ahead and apply our stroke. And our coloring. Okay, so it didn't completely take because second, how do I want to handle this? Like that.
I want real human moments. I want to see you. I want you to see me. I don't want to give that up. I don't want to be an ant, you know?
Yeah, no, I don't want to be an ant either.
Like that. Okay, we got to get this larger lock of hair. Get rid of this fill. Right, so we'll go ahead and we'll add the stroke to that, as well as the color. Okay, we have a couple new pieces to add, which are these lines. With no fill. And a rounded edge. Okay, I think we need to do this ear still. And then we have to decide if we want to do any shading on the hair. No, I think we already did this ear. Like that. What's the other line that's hitting here? It's that one. Okay, that's looking all right. Let's get this last little bit here behind the ear, so we'll call this all hair. So for this one, we want to use this color brown. Let's group these two together as the ear. Okay. Let's move this line out here a little bit. So we want to change that color here. That's not the color I'm looking for. So let's try that for now. Let's grab this one and change it to be a little darker shade. Angular's great. I feel like React is taking the market, sadly. Them's fighting whites. So this looks weird. We're going to fix this. Okay, let's do this next little bit of hair here. All right. It's looking good so far. So we can work on the horn next, and then we got to work on that bod. So let's finish up the head. We got 2 horns, an ear, and a little tuft of hair to finish this up. this? Okay, that looks good. Fallen Hope is into it. Hey there, Nova Goth. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to pop them into the chat. Normally we do programming. Hope you're enjoying this art stream. We don't do these very often. Let's do this horn. Hey, we can just run the horn down here. Okay, add the stroke and the fill. Okay, we got another one to do. Like that. Like that. I suck with the pen tool. I used to play 10 pen tool games, but I'd fail at like level 5. I've never even heard of what the pen tool game is. So it looks like you have this empty spot back here. Let's fill that in. Like that. Let's finish this last little bit up on the head here, and then we'll take a little breather.
I actually just came out here to have a cigarette, okay, and relax, do my thing.
Yeah.
So, maybe another time.
Yeah, but there may not be another time. Okay, I may never get this chance again. I mean, we may never, you know, be able to return to this moment.
That's at the darker color under the neck here. Oops. And then we want this one to be the lighter color. Yeah. Okay, last little bit is that last little bit of hair. And so for this little bit, we'll use the pen tool again, and we'll just go here to a little bit curved to a little bit curved and up and then down. A little bit up like that. And we'll fill that in here with the this color. We have another little bit of a missing spot here. So I'm going to add a new layer. Just add in some filler. It's getting there. We wanted to add in just a little bit more here. like that. And that should be the same color as this bit, which I think we can make this just a little bit darker. Like that. So we got just a little bit here to get this last little chunk, and then we can start on the rest. So yeah, this bit is that same color. Like that. Okay. It's looking pretty okay. Colors are a bit off, but that's all right. We can fix those later. Okay, and then we want to look at this area again because we have to add in these little flare marks. Okay, we'll fill that one in. And then we got to do this one down here.
You want it all, don't you?
Okay, it looks good. Add in the fill. Right like that. All right, I'm gonna take a break. It's like 6:40. We'll probably go for just like another 30 minutes or so. Yeah. If you have any questions, make sure you pop them in the chat. Discord.pixelhorrorstudios.com. Also, I put all these videos up at youtube.pixelhorrorstudios.com. I'll see you guys in just like, I don't know, we'll say 15 minutes. Thanks for staying with me.